Hello everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at some items that I am looking into possibly bidding on at an auction. And so I'm going to share these with you and see what you think. You can always leave comments below and let me know if you think they're worth purchasing or if, maybe I should pass on them this time. So let me kind of center my screen here a little bit for you. The first item that we have over here is a set of Dale Earnhardt collectible items. That looks like there's plates and the clock and some other things over here too. This is actually a snap together model of the car. Over here is a set of two J.K. Rowling books. I'm kind of on the I'm trying to perhaps get into books a little bit. I'm not too sure if these are, I've not really researched them enough to see if it's worth getting, but they look like they're in good condition. Here's some more books here. This is a set of Sue Grafton books. They are all lettered. Like this one's got a P and a Q, so I'm not sure she made it all the way through the alphabet yet or not. This is a vintage camera kit here. This is a film camera. It actually comes with two of them, and they're worth, I'm not really exactly sure. On this one here, this one I got numbers that were all over the place, but for this one over here, this is probably worth about $30. There are people that like to buy these older vintage cameras. Here, maybe I can zoom it in for you a little bit. Because they are they have a different kind of a capturing chip on them rather than the more modern one. It has an older one which actually makes things look more like film, and so there's kind of a comeback to this old CCD. Is it older CCD version of capturing things rather than the CMOS chips that they use in cameras that are currently being produced. Here's a printer. I'm kind of really on the edge on this one because these things are pretty heavy, kind of a pain to ship. I have 92 items that are on my list today, so I'm not going to show you all of them because some are like similar lots. But this one is a printer. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to take this off because I do this. I save as many things as I'm mildly interested in, and then later on I'll remove them. So I'm actually going to remove this from my list because do I really want to ship a big old printer? No, I don't. So I'm going to take that off my list, make it a little bit easier here. These are some, they're made to look, they're repops of some apothecary jars or things you might see in a doctor's office or a pharmacy. They are kind of cool, but they're not authentic. If they were, they'd be worth a lot more money. But they're kind of cool, and I think I have a market for that. Here's some vintage bowls, salad bowls, wooden bowls, that kind of thing. I'm going to see if there's any bids on it. Currently, there's no one bidding on it. So if I can get it, I think the minimum bid is $5. So if I get all that for $5, it's certainly worth taking to the flea market. Some of these things, that's where we're going to end up. This was interesting. I believe this is Lalique bowl. It's listed as a punch bowl. It doesn't really look like a punch bowl, but maybe it is. These two placemats aren't really worth anything, but the bowl could be worth hundreds of dollars. Over here is some Pewabic pottery tiles, and these were actually the real deal ones. I don't think these are the souvenir kind that you would get that don't have the real Pewabic glaze on it. But if you're not too sure about this brand, you should really look into it. It has a very interesting history with the city of Detroit. And here's some vintage test tubes in a rusty metal holder. I'm not too sure about this one yet. No one's bid on it yet. So like I said, if I get it for $5, it might be worth it. Of course, it'll need some restoration done to that holder to get the rust off of it. And then next up, we have some flatware. I probably was looking at this for my daughter. She's moving to an apartment, and I said, oh, maybe you could use some silverware. So right now the current bid's $5, so it's certainly worth more than $5. I've had a lot of luck with vintage cookbooks, and that's what there's a whole shelf. Is maybe a little bit hard to see. If I click on it, it'll make the picture a bit bigger. but then, well, let's see what happens. Hope it's not too slow for us all. Yeah, there's some vintage cookbooks here. There's a Betty Crocker, the Better Homes cookbook, the classics. And I've had good luck selling these books. They look like they're in pretty good condition. Here's a set of Abraham Lincoln bookends. And these were interesting. These are flattened bottles. I believe they're heated up and then just flattened with something. I'm not sure what they're flattening them with once they're melted. But they're kind of interesting. I guess you could use them as a display. These are probably used as a display. They have little hooks on them. So you might hang them on the wall. I have a lot of luck selling vintage stereo equipment. And here's a double cassette deck here. Let's see what it says. It'll tell us exactly what we got here. Here it's a Technic CD player, AM, FM receiver, and cassette player with remote. So these double cassette deck with this one actually looks like it's got 3. Well, anyway, the multiple cassette deck with these wells in it will always sell very well. And it's got the amplifier. The CD player I'm not too sure about. CD players are pretty easy to come by, but the amplifier and the cassette deck are certainly worth it. All right, and here's our more cookbooks over here. This is it's a leather bound, is it a Bible? It just said, The Wonders of Italy, 1949, leather bound book. Very interesting look at. I've found other books with that same title, but I've never seen one that's like this. The binding is kind of an okay shape there, but it might be interesting right now. The bid is $5. No one's bidding on it yet. Now this auction ends in 2 days, so we'll find out if there's a lot of bidders on it or anything like that. Here's a set of, it's another bookend made out of some rocks here. They're petrified wood. My mistake. Oh, yeah, I guess they are. It's petrified wood. And I usually have really good luck with selling unusual things. This is a dual VHS and DVD player. And you wouldn't think these things would be worth a lot of money, but the last one I sold of this type of a machine sold it for $75. So right now the current bid is $16. So as long as it stays under $30 or $40, it'd be worth it to buy it. Here's more books here. These are, I'm not sure if these were, there are so many books I looked at in this. So it's kind of a mixed lot here of different kinds of books. There's a dictionary and I don't know. Let me see if they zoom in on it here for me. Oh yeah, there's some fictional books, some nonfiction books. This National Geographic National Parks book, that's a good one. Treasury of Christmas. So there's some good books. Usually nonfiction ones. Norman Rockwell. Those are the ones that I sell the most of. If I sell books, so usually it's nonfiction. Fictional books, it can be kind of hit or miss. There's not a lot of value there, but there's so many of them, and they look like they're in good condition. Here's a wooden mortar and pestle. And this looks like they duplicated this. I'm not sure why that is, because this is the same bottle. But I did look this up. I couldn't find this exact one, but I found ones that were similar with the green glass that you can see. And what's interesting, here they put in the description that it's pretty. And when you hold it up to the light will shine directly. There'll be glass directly across from it there, so you can get some interesting lighting effects when you put it in a window. So I do like that one. It is a nice looking piece, and it came back as being pretty valuable. If this is the one, they didn't shoot a picture of the underside, so I'm not sure if there's a maker's mark on it or anything, or a hallmark. I looked up what this was, this particular type of stone. It's some kind of layered, I want to say it's sedimentary rock, and they always have these holes in it. So I'm not really sure if it's particularly valuable. They just say unknown stone. It's 9 inches long. They didn't even know what it was. So There's a vacuum there. That's going to be for my daughter too, hopefully. If no one's bid on it yet. Here's a jewelry box full of costume jewelry. And I always like buying these because there's always so many interesting things in there. Nothing super special, but certainly worth selling. Okay, let's go back here to the list. There's another group of jewelry here. Knives, whenever I get knives or multi-tools, I always try to buy them. Right now the bid's $5 on this one here. Let's see if it tells us what it is. It says pocket knife and Leatherman multi-tool. Well, this thing has been multi-tooled quite a bit. It's an older one, and it comes with this nice knife here. I don't know if that's a case. Does it say? This is pocket knife, but it kind of looks like a case knife. It could be a different brand, but all the same. And I saw this set of 5 Detroit Tiger cereal bowls. That's what they're marketing as, cereal bowls. But who says you can't eat soup? And then these are Cutco knives. These are already up to $27. I'm not a fan of Cutco knives in the kitchen, but other people are. And so these can usually sell for quite a bit of money. I'm not sure about the pie server there or not, but I think one of the disadvantages of this is that you can only go to a Cutco store to have them sharpened. And for a long time, the nearest one was in New York. I had to go to Ole in New York to get them sharpened, or to mail them there, and they mail them back to you and all that. So that to me is kind of a pain. But now I think that there's a Cutco store in Michigan. Makes it a lot easier to get to it. And then here's some nice wine glasses. I did look those up. This one, I'm not sure what's going on. I just like the look of it. It says the 1 quart for household use only pitcher. And I'm not really sure. And it's got, I don't know if that's even a maker's mark on the bottom. If it is, it's pretty messed up, But it just kind of looks cool. So maybe there's a market for it. I'll have to research that one even more. Whenever I find fake fruit, I buy that. This kind of fruit, if it's wax, it's even better. This kind of thing is always a good seller. You can sell them by the piece of fruit. Like you could sell like 3. You could sell by each apple that are in here. And then there's this little guy holding this little egg basket. Probably with fake eggs. Hopefully those are fake eggs, not real ones. And here's a lot of Native American items. I'm probably thinking just on the surface that these are probably like tourist items, made for the tourist market. I don't really know what they are, but anyway, they're kind of interesting. Let's see if there's a close-up picture. Yeah, it's a little bit better picture. You can kind of see what's in there. Some kind of a canoe, axe, other things. This might be a dream catcher. It's kind of got covered up. And this is called a fishing creel. And at one time, when you go, this is fishing basket or a creel, and you would, when you would catch fish, you'd be sitting in your waders in the river, and then if you catch a fish, you could take it off. You would keep it in there, and you would strap it around your waist, kind of like a belt. Here's some clip speakers. I got 3 of them there. It looks like this. No, that one's not damaged there. That would be a problem if that's damaged. Let's see if there's a closer picture. All right. I don't know. Hopefully it's not damaged. Does it say if it is? No. It says 2 clip speakers. So maybe you don't get that middle one in there as well. Huh. Oh, this is just the cover off of that speaker. Oh, I will have to ask them if that's damage on there. Hopefully not. Here's a bunch of Nerf guns. The Nerf guns, I usually sell these at the flea market. They usually go for about $5 each. So right now the current bid's $5. Now, I'm not going to go, there's a bunch of things that are similar here. And so I'm not going to take you through all of them. I'm hoping to get a few of these. I usually stay away from this kind of thing, but this is from a company called Department 56. And they make some really collectible items. Usually they're for Christmas. This one is like a Christmas village. They're usually lighted, and there's several lots of them. So they kind of group them in 5 or 6 items per lot here. And so there's quite a few of them. So I'm not going to be buying all of these. There's already bids. There's already $10 bids on them. So everybody knows what they are. They're quite valuable. Each one of these probably sells for $30 to $50 each. Any one of these, especially the larger ones, they may sell for quite a bit of money. So there's quite a few different ones here. So I just save them all, and you see people already bidding on them, and the auction is not going to be over for another 2 days. So I never bid on them. I always wait till the last day to bid, the last few minutes actually, because if you do it now, you're just bidding yourself up, for later on. Oh, here's a nice set of books. I forgot what these were. Oh, this is the Far Side books. Yeah, this is the complete series of Far Side comics. Now, this is volume 2. Far Side 2-volume set. Oh, it's a 2-volume set. Yeah, volume 2 and volume 1. So I was surprised how much this actually goes for. It actually goes for quite a bit of money. Hopefully they're in good shape. And there's another vacuum. I don't need 2. There's more of the Department 56 figures and accessories. These are all very nice. They got the box. They're great. And I'm bidding on this, not because I'm going to try and sell paper bags, but I can use them to give people, put their purchases in a paper bag when I go to flea market. So if I can get them all for $10, it'd be completely worth it there. And here is a set of like backpacks, I think. What does it say they are? Oh, it says tote bags and duffel bags. So there's a market for these. These don't go for a whole lot, but there's so many of them. I'm going for quantity here. And this is a charger power station. So you can charge this thing up. It has solar power, I believe, too, it said. Yeah, 6-in-1 and solar panels. Has a 110 outlet, USB, jumper cables. You can charge almost anything with this. And here's a pair of binoculars. And another knife. Like I said, if I can ever get knives, I always get them. And what do we have here? I can't really see. Oh, it's another... it's a Yashica camera with the lenses and the cases. I'm not sure what this is over here. These might be additional filters in this. So let's see if they'll get me closer here. Yeah, there is an FR1 Yashica. I'm not sure that people are still using these cameras, but I know that there are collectors for them. And whenever I get like collectible, vintage cameras, a lot of times they end up going out of the U.S. They go to Korea or Japan. They have a big collector's market, I guess, over there. Here's another one here. This one I thought was kind of just had a cool look to it, if nothing else. And then over here's another set of books. These are life books. All right, I remember you would get these like one in a month. You got the whole series, and then they try and sell you another series after that. So this one is about different countries. I may have actually had this when I was a kid. I'd gotten it from somebody. I think from my sister, my sister's husband. But anyway, there are a whole set of books there. I don't see more cookbooks. So there's about different. There's some fiction, some nonfiction books in there. Good mix of them. What I like about books is that you can ship them for the medium mail rate, and they get there in a reasonable amount of time, and usually it's the cheapest way to ship them. It's usually the cheapest form of shipment. So here we have some more books. These are, let's see if we can get a better picture. Oh, cookbooks. Very good. Yeah, Italian cooking. Here is other album. So I'm some fiction, some non-fictional books. They're kind of selling them by the bookshelf here. So I won't go through all these. There's a quilting book up here. More looks like non-fictional type books here. And then these are kind of special ones that they pulled aside. I'll just show you one or two of these. These are some the classics, Three Musketeers, Charlotte's Web, all kinds of books that are considered the classics that a lot of people would have read them in school. Mark Twain, some other ones here too. There's a whole set of O. Henry books. Is this the O. Henry books? Yeah, this is a whole set of O. Henry books right here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them right here. And they're leather bound. So that would be something. Let's see if there's any bids on O. Henry. Yeah, no one's bid on them yet. So, like I said, I would probably sell these as a set, because I'll have to find out if there were more. If there were more than just this in a set, then I would sell them individually. But I'm going to try and sell them as a set first. And then here's some Star Wars cards. I was trying to figure out what series these are. But there's just random miscellaneous cards, depending on what they are. If there's a whole set, I can sell them as a set. But if they're individuals, they generally sell for like between $6 and $10 each, depending on the card. But there's so many of them in there. You could have a couple $100 worth of cards just in those bags. And this I just thought was cool. I mean, I might keep this for myself here. But it says it's a, let's see, it's a rolling tool station with contents. And they don't tell you what kind of contents in it. It's a tool station. Hopefully there are tools in the tool station. Not really sure. They're probably going to be like some random low-end hand tools, but you never know. Let's see if they open. Oh, well, they actually open it up. Yeah, that's like I suspected. There's some hand tools in there. So, these kinds of things I sell for $1 or so, depending what they are. But usually this goes in my dollar boxes. I know it sounds silly to buy C-clamps. Some of these are vintage C-clamps. People love buying these. These little guys, I usually put them in a bag and sell them for like a couple of dollars. But these bigger ones, these are $5 and $10 C-clamps. This one over here is actually these two are really old ones. So these kind of like, I'm not sure what you call them. They look kind of like Mickey Mouse ears. So those are much older C-clamps than the other ones. And this one's a really old one over here. I can't really see it all. But those are pretty valuable. Here's some candlesticks. These are all brass. They look like they're solid brass candlesticks. And these I'd never seen before. I mean, no one's going to ever see everything, but these are cast iron, I believe. 6 cast iron stars, 1 wooden star, and a wooden star battery-operated clock. The clock's probably not worth anything, but these cast iron ones, I'm not sure if that is cast iron. One of them said is wood. This one kind of looks like it might be wood, but anyway, they're cast iron stars. I'm not really sure what their purpose was. You could repaint them for whatever purpose you are. Well, yeah, but there's these 3 here, which would kind of make sense to go together, red, white, and blue. But who knows? Who knows what people would use those for? Some old keys. The bid on that is already $10, so it's almost getting out of my range right there, because these are probably not worth, $20 or $30 maybe, but probably not. I have to sell them individually to make some money on that. And this is just really cool. It's and this I'd have to sell locally. It's a Milwaukee hand cart or dolly. I always sell dollies right away. They go within an hour. I get people asking me about them. And then this here, why did I say? I maybe didn't mean to save this one. This is for a. Oh, it's an Amazon Kindle. Oh yeah, it's a for reading books. So this one is not quite as old. It's a 2021 model. It's already been reset and everything, and so you can read books on that. I might just say that for my wife. She reads a lot of books. So that's everything I have on my watch list, everybody. I hope you found it interesting. And if you like this kind of content, you can always let me know. And then I will share with you whatever I got from the auction after it's over, which is in 2 days' time here. So hopefully I'll win some. I can't possibly win all of these. There's no way I would win them. And I don't really want them all. But, sometimes you go, oh, I can't get this, but I'll try and get that one instead. Like all of these here, there's way too many for me, to store and list and all that kind of thing. So hopefully I get some of the ones I want. Like the multiple things in there, that's always good, rather than just buying a single one. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. If there's something you are particularly interested in, I can make you a great deal. And I will see you in the next video.